I'm Scott Allen Miller. This is the 25th of April, 2021. This is Sheep Guarding Llama, and happy birthday to my baby Luciana. She is 10 years old today. Unbelievable. It's mind-blowing that we've had Luciana for 10 years. 10 years. Double digits. She's getting so big. It's, wow. It's 10 is a number that hits you, I think, that you're just like, wow, that's old. We've, you know, and at this point, we're like, well, with Liesel, we're 2/3, and with Chana, we're now over halfway through the child ages, right? And most everything that's in front of us is teenage years. It's weird. It's hard to believe that we are the parents of children that old. And we didn't have kids young, so, you know, a lot of our friends have already had kids of this age. We shouldn't be so surprised, I guess, but it definitely feels weird. These are the ages where you remember being those ages, and you remember your parents being our ages, and how can we be those people, right? But, so today, I slept in a bit, not as much as Joe and Benny. And when I was, so I woke up just in time to say happy birthday to Luciana. We had celebrated her birthday yesterday, so we weren't like waiting on anything. She got up, and she and Clara and Garrett went over to Joe and Britt's house and spent pretty much the whole day hanging out in the pool, which is what Chana wanted to do for her birthday, so that was perfect. So they got a lot of pool time in today. Not sure if they used the bouncy house. I don't know if that was still there, but they were over there hanging out from pretty early in the morning until we left, right? They got out just in time for us to jump in the car and go. They actually had to bring Luciana back specifically so we could go. Like, we went to the last second as much as we could. So we spent the day, Liesel and Dominica and I, just hanging out with the Grices. We're pretty much just sitting around the living room all day. We spent quite a bit of time helping Madeline go through a job application online that was absolutely terrible. That was more than an hour of just that. But just everyone hanging out in the living room. Didn't really do anything, didn't go anywhere. Nice and relaxing. I wasn't feeling great. We were up and out too late last night. And the real thing that got me was like a sinus infection. Not really a sinus, like allergies. I'm pretty sure today was my lifetime sneezing event. I must have sneezed over 100 times today, without exaggeration. Actually sneezed over 100 times. I've never sneezed more than like 2 or 3 times in a row. I was getting up to like 8 in a row, and it was just going on and on and on. It was very rough. That was exhausting just all by itself, but more or less felt okay. But sinuses definitely bothering me. We were planning on staying a little bit later because we didn't have anywhere we needed to be, but then Paul thought he sold the washer and dryer, and we didn't have enough time to make it back to meet the people potentially, so we kind of packed up really quickly. That's when we called and had Chana brought back, and we jumped in the van and headed out. So it was probably about 5 o'clock, maybe a little bit, 4:45, when we finally pulled out of Houston and hit the road. Traffic was pretty bad. Ooh, the wind's picking up. This will be interesting to see how the microphone picks up, because I do have the dead cat on the media kit on the GoPro. In theory, it should be able to handle the wind decently well. It does have wind reduction as well. It's not too often that I take it out in the wind, so I do want to hear how this holds up. So that's why I'm mentioning that it's pretty windy. You can hear the trees rustling around. So we hit the road about 5. We had to go by the storage unit, but first we hadn't eaten all day. None of us had. So we stopped at Taco Bell right by the Grices, grabbed food for Liesel, Dominica, and I, and me. And then we drove up and hit the storage unit, dropped off. All we had to do was drop off the TVs. This was a really quick and easy one. It took 5 minutes tops, very fast. It's the first time that Dominica got to really see just how packed the storage unit is, though. So she was like, holy cow, like the pictures do not do it justice. It is full, so much stuff. So now she appreciates that there's very little ability to put anything more in there, and it's all gonna be very problematic when we bring the next load. So we dropped off the stuff there, then we ran just a few miles up the road, stopped at Church's Chicken and picked up mac and cheese for the girls. That's what Luciana wanted for her birthday, so that's what we're getting. They ate that in the car. We also found at the gas station that has I think it was at that one with the Church's Chicken. They have not only the largest selection of 7th day Bulgarian pastries that I've seen outside of Europe, for real, like a huge selection of 7th day, which is what we always used to eat in Greece when we lived on the island on Crete. They also had a pretty good selection of yummies from Honduras, which is what Rachel and I really like from being in Nicaragua. So we picked up some of those. I did not get any of the 7th day. We did not need bread for the car. And Luciana got another couple packs of combos. That's her new thing. We'll see how long that lasts, but she now really likes combos, which both Dominic and I really like combos. So there you go. Drive went pretty well. Dominica and I have been listening to The Lost Continent, which is, we have read it previously, or at least I have. I'm pretty sure she has. Bill Bryson returning to America after many years away and doing a road trip around the country to discover his home country over again after having lived in Europe for a long time. It's a pretty good book. We always like Bill Bryson, especially his travel logs. So we listened to that. And around about 9 o'clock, we got into Dallas, and the dogs were very happy to be home. Mia only threw up once on the way back. Clive not at all, so that's very positive. That's about the best we can hope for with Mia. And yeah, did a little bit of work, but pretty much everyone was off to bed pretty quickly. There was, we don't have any TVs, we have nothing to do in the house. Either we're packing, working, or sleeping. Those are the only activities allowed at this point and going forward. So we were pretty wiped out after today, so we did almost nothing. But starting tomorrow, it is going to be just mayhem as we try to get out the door. All right, so that is it for April 25th, Luciana's 10th birthday. We did spend a bit of time this evening getting her iPad set up. She actually got it last night because we celebrated her birthday yesterday, but it didn't actually get set up. She didn't have any time, she didn't have anywhere she can really use it. Using it at her cousin's is very hard. So we had got like the case on and protective stuff last night, but that was it. Now that we were home, we got the account set up, we got software downloaded on it, got all the things working so she can really use it. So starting tonight, both Liesl and Luciana have their new matching iPads and matching Apple pencils and matching cases and all that, and they are now using those extensively, and I'm very jealous. I wish I had one, and I really wish that Apple would have released the new iPad mini at the last event, and I'm very sad that they didn't because I was going to get one, but oh well, not to be this time. So that is it for the 25th. Happy birthday again to Luciana, and I will see all of you tomorrow.